Now at 11.
We got multiple casualties. This is a mass casualty situation here.
This was an act of terror, and a particularly cowardly act of terror.
A deadly attack on a New York City bike path, and the suspect tied to Florida.
He's in the bike lane, clearly in the bike lane. And when I go down, I see two gentlemen laying right there in the bike lane with tire marks across their body.
Tonight, team coverage of the terror in New York.
And this is the deadliest attack in New York City since 9/11.
And the man police say killed 8 innocent people, spent time in Tampa. New tonight, he is identified as 29-year-old Sayfullo Saipov. Police shot him after he rammed his rented truck into a line of people on that busy bike path in Lower Manhattan, just a few blocks from the World Trade Center.
Also new tonight, we know 5 citizens of Argentina and 1 person from Belgium are among the 8 killed. None of the victims has been identified. 11 survivors are recovering from injuries.
And towering above New York City tonight, a tribute to the victims. The spire of One World Trade Center, just blocks from the attack scene, lit up in red, white, and blue. Our team coverage begins with CBS 4's Kenneth Craig in New York City.
We got multiple casualties. This is a mass casualty situation here.
The deadliest terror attack in New York City since 9/11 unfolded in the shadow of the new World Trade Center.
This was an act of terror, and a particularly cowardly act of terror.
Just after 3 p.m., a white pickup truck jumped a curb and drove onto a bike path running alongside the West Side Highway. The vehicle continued south for several blocks, striking more than a dozen people. It came to a halt when it smashed into a school bus at Chambers Street. The driver got out and started to walk across the roadway. Witnesses said he appeared to be heavily armed.
I just saw him walking down the streets there with his gun in his hands.
Police officers confronted the man. They shot him once in the abdomen. The weapons were not real.
The subject was wounded and transported to a local hospital. A paintball gun and a pellet gun were recovered at the scene.
The suspect has been identified as Sayfullo Saipov, a 29-year-old Uzbekistan native who lives in Florida. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.